your choices are, because you're just going to mess yourself up. It says, boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth. Let another man praise thee, and not thine own mouth, a stranger, and not thine own lip. So it's saying, don't lift yourself up. If someone's going to talk good about you, they'll talk good about you, but you don't take no confidence in yourself and pride in yourself to build yourself up. And don't be all empty about tomorrow, because we don't know what tomorrow may bring. That's why we live for today like it's our last. Enjoy your family, enjoy your wife, enjoy the things God has blessed you with and that you have worked for, because you don't know what tomorrow may bring. It says, wrath is cruel and anger is outrageous, but who is able to stand before envy? That's a tough one too. You gotta learn not to want vanities in this world. These are worthless things, and envy those that have more than you. You don't want to do that. It says, he that covereth his sin shall not prosper, but whoso confesseth and forsaketh them shall have mercy. That's a lot of stuff going on like that. People covering up their dirt and not turning from it, but still doing it in the dark. It says, whoso walketh uprightly shall be saved, but he that is perverse in his ways shall fall at once. He that trusteth in his own heart is a fool, but whoso walketh wisely, he shall be delivered. So don't trust in your feelings. Your own heart can deceive you. What looks good and feels good, and you're like, oh, that's the way I should go. You're a fool if you trust in your own heart. Where there's no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. This country, there's no vision. The government, there's no vision, but greed and corruption. The vision is the word of God. Seest thou a man that is hasty in words? There is more hope of a fool than in him. See, somebody that's hasty in words, will just talk anything and say anything from the jump and not think before he speaks. There's more hope for a fool than there is for a man that just talks. A man's pride shall bring him low, but honor shall uphold him the humble in spirit. It's another thing, pride again. Every word of God is pure. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him. So God is pure. The word of God is pure, and we should put our trust in him. Now, the last chapter is of a capable wife. Now, women like these are hard to find these days. A good wife is hard to find. So if you got a good woman, you better appreciate her, talk sweet to her, take care of her, spoil her a little bit, because there ain't a lot of good women out there. So if you find a good one, you better take advantage and keep it and guard it with your life. It says, who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that she shall have no need of spoil. He trusts his woman. She'll do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She'll have his back and watch out for him. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands. She helps him out. She ain't gonna just be lazy and lay around. She takes care of the kids. Helps provide, feed, cook, clean. She cleans herself up. She maketh herself coverings of tapestry, and her clothing is silk and purple. She dresses nice. She ain't all slutty like you got a lot of sluts out here today. She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and her tongue is the law of kindness. So she don't just say anything. She ain't stubborn, loud, and proud, all independent. Oh, I'm my own mind. I'm my own boss. She's tender. She supports her husband, and her husband supports her. She's beautiful. Her children arise up and call her blessed, and her husband also, and he praiseth her. He speaks good of her, and her children bless her. And you got a lot of rebellious children. So is it the children or is it the parents? A good woman is hard to find. And that's basically the end of Proverbs. So I just, I read through and I just circled a couple of, well, I guess pretty good bits since this is long videos of what stood out to me and got into them. But there's a whole lot more in Proverbs. But the main things in Proverbs is it's talking about wisdom, understanding, and that's life. And the only way we have life is through Christ's blood. It talks about not being prideful, being a fool, not going the ways of fool, and being friends with fools. Now, at the beginning of my videos, I thought of believers and unbelievers being friends. And I just wonder if there's such thing as a wise fool. Because fools' ways are to destruction. And, if, can two people be friends with religious differences and two different faiths? Two different viewpoints, can they be friends? And I still stand by, if you have a friend that doesn't believe the faith that you believe, you can set aside your faiths and be friends of, because they'll have a personality that clicks. I feel as long as someone's not trying to bring you down to a certain level and they're not trying to do you harm or persuade you to go another way that you're compelled to go, then why not be friends? It talks about a good woman. It talks about avoiding enemies, avoiding conflict, training up your kid the way they should go, raising them right, discipline them. It talks about that multiple times. It talks about pride a lot of times, and it talks about confidence in the Lord. So the main thing is to get understanding and to get wisdom and knowledge. The first thing to do is fear the Lord. If you fear the Lord and trust in Him, then He will direct our steps in the way that we should go. And, seek Him and not seek the understanding of man, but the understanding of God through His Word. Because we're going to read the Bible and get an idea of this, an idea of that, and that's why there's so many different churches, because people got different ideas. So, with that being said, is don't go by your ideas. Don't go by your heart, but go by your spirit. Because if you read the Bible, it builds your spirit up. And the main thing also is controlling your spirit. Being in control. Because if you can't control your spirit, then you're like a city with broken down walls. So you have to learn to control your spirit. And that's my main thing that I'm going to have to learn to control, is my spirit and myself. And have control of my willpower to yield from temptation, to not turn astray, to not give into this, to not give into that. But to have self-indulgence and have self-control of my spirit. But that's Proverbs. I hope you like it, and I hope you watch it and read Proverbs. And then soon I'll be into Ecclesiastes, which is a lot like Proverbs. Alright.